All right, guys, y'all wanted to see the finished product on this 67 C10. And believe me, nobody is ready to see this thing finished and gone more than me. We've done a ton of work to this thing, bringing it from what it was to what it is now. And let me tell you, it looks a million times better, but unfortunately, there are a few things that the owner is still not happy with. Respray, and we'll get into that, but we do have a few more things to paint. We have some grill pieces to paint, we have the toolbox to paint, and we have the color match bed liner left to put in this truck. So we're gonna get all of that stuff taken care of, and then I'll point out some issues to you guys. All right, so the owner brought me this toolbox, which is in pretty rough shape. You guys can see right here that it is just pitted all over the place, and I've got this thing mostly stripped down to bare metal using my surface conditioning tool and a DA with 80 grit. Still got a little bit to hit right there, but he wants this thing painted the same color as the top of the truck and the grill pieces. So this thing was just awful, and I told him it would have to be pretty much stripped down. So that's what I'm working on right now, is getting it completely stripped so we can prime it, bring it back up, and paint it. And then once all of that's done, we can final sand this, the grill pieces, and a couple of other parts that I'm going to respray. And then that way we can go ahead and get this truck completely put back together, and this thing can go home. All right, toolbox is completely stripped down, but we do still have a few little rust spots, as you can see right there. So next up, rust treatment, weight, sand, prime. Also is applied. So this pretty much has to sit overnight, which is basically 8 hours. And then come to find out, you actually don't have to sand it. I've just been doing that for several years. I've not really had any issues. So you can actually just let this sit overnight, and then you can spray your primer directly over it. So we might give that a shot this time and just see how it goes. There are a couple little spots that I have to sand that I might have missed. But you guys can see right here in the B-roll, you can see this is already starting to turn the rust black. And what it does is it turns it from an iron oxide to an iron phosphate. So then it completely neutralizes the rust. And you can do the same thing with new metal, which is what I'll end up doing on the Mustang over there once we get all of that stuff squared away, which you guys will hear about in the next video. But what we would do with new metal would be just wipe this stuff on, then you wait 30 minutes, and then you can do the same thing, as opposed to, because there's rust here, this has to have overnight to be able to penetrate and take care of that. So that is unfortunately as far as we're going to get with the toolbox, but we do have plenty of other stuff to do, because I need to respray the hood and I need to respray the tailgate, which that's on me. That was my decision. But there are a couple things on this truck that the customer is not happy with. And that, my friends, is the gap at the bottom of the door, and also the gap at the bottom of this door and at the back of the door. So when this truck got here, we decided that basically this was going to be just a sand and spray job with very little bodywork. Respray. Well, we started digging, and once we started prepping for paint, we found that there was rust in the bottom of these doors. Respray. I fixed it, but I didn't realize that evidently the door frames are bent. Well, I say door frames, I guess it's actually the door shells. But if you look down the door, you can see that it's almost U-shaped. And nothing that I did would have caused that, because I didn't work on the door shell, I worked on the door skin. I put in some patches to replace where some rust was, but whenever I sent the customer pictures, he was like, hey, when I brought you the truck, the door didn't stick out like that. Respray. But lucky for me, when we do customer vehicles here, we actually film it and we put it on YouTube for you guys to see. And when I looked back at the first video that we posted on this truck, you can see that the door gap was exactly as it is now. So I've actually adjusted these doors in a little bit and made it better than it was. But the issue that we run into is if I keep adjusting it, the door is going to be behind the fender, and it's going to look worse than if we just have a little bit of a gap down there. Because if you can tell, it's pretty flush all the way down, adjusted very well, body line lines up, and then at the bottom of the door here, it kicks out. But again, that's not caused by anything that I did whenever I patched the rust across here and in these corners. And not only that, but you can see that this thing has had some work done on the cab corners at some point. You see the gap is okay there, gap is okay there, but it's closed up there. And it's the same exact thing on the other side of the truck. And even on this side, you can see that the body line on the bed is straight, and then you have the cab corner, the body line runs uphill. So I can't make this line up, because if I go up any higher, the door is gonna hit the drip rail. So pretty much at this point, it is what it is, unless the customer decides that he wants to A, buy new door shells, or B, have me spend a whole heck of a lot more time that I just don't have on these door shells to make them work. So that's unfortunate, but we did talk and we have kind of come to an agreement. I sent him screenshots from the other video and he is in agreement that, okay, maybe it was just from the angle of the pictures he was looking at, but there was obviously some fitment issues with these doors. There's a lot of work that has been done to this that wasn't done the correct way and not the way that I would have done it. Not saying that my way is necessarily the correct way. I think it is, and as far as my knowledge, it is. But there's a lot of things done on this truck that I just would not have done, and so it kind of hinders my process afterward. But we did come to an agreement. He seems to be okay with everything now. But that said, we still got a lot more prep work to do. I want to respray this hood. I'm going to respray that tailgate. Respray the clear. We don't really have to do the base coat, but the clear has some issues. So we're going to go ahead and get those prepped, as well as the grill parts, and get all that stuff ready to paint. So when the toolbox is done, we can shoot some paint, get this joker put together, and send it home. All right, guys. Well, it has been several hours since we applied the OSFO, so all of that stuff is now turned black. We don't have any brown rust left. So we're going to go ahead and get the toolbox moved into the paint booth. I have to get the C10 out of there and into the shop because there are a few things that need to be done to it, including the color match bed liner. So we need to get it in here so we can go ahead, start prepping that. But in the meantime, go ahead, get the toolbox into the paint booth. We'll prime that first because the primer that I use can be sanded after 2 hours. And it's pretty warm today, so 2 hours, it'll probably be good after about 2 hours. So then we can sand that down and be ready to put paint on this thing. So we're going to go ahead and move it. We'll get the truck in here. We're going to shoot some primer. And then we're going to get ready to do a bed liner. Alright guys, well, after a whole bunch of time and back breaking and all that stuff, we have the bed prepped for the bed liner. And let me tell you guys, somebody recommended these little nylon abrasive wheel things here. So I don't know if all of you saw the video, but whenever we did the bed liner in our black square body, I prepped that thing with one of those really aggressive steel bristled wire brushes on that grinder. And let me tell you, this was a night and day difference. These abrasive wheels absolutely eat this stuff away, but also they hurt a lot less whenever they come apart and hit you. Because whenever I did mine, I came out looking like a porcupine, and that was just, it was not a great experience, and I don't recommend it. But these nylon wheels, not bad at all. So anyway, the bed is completely ready for the bed liner. We also have the toolbox, which is primed in the paint booth, and it's ready to be sanded. It's been sitting long enough. The primer is cured, and it can be sanded now. So we're actually going to be a few days behind on this, which sucks. But tomorrow, when I get back out here, we'll be able to do the bed liner, be able to paint all of those parts, and get this thing completely wrapped up. Also, I guess I should mention, I did speak to the owner of this vehicle. Told him the issues with the doors because we're now hitting inside the door jamb, and I can't adjust it out because it's hitting the bottom of the door jamb on the rear, and I can't adjust the door up because it'll be hitting the drip rails. I'm at a loss. I have no idea what to do from there. So he actually mentioned replacing cab corners, doing them the right way, and putting different doors on it. I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't know what we're going to be doing next. I don't know. But figured I would mention that. So we'll see how that plays out. But we made a lot of progress today. And I'm really, really happy with where we're at. We're getting close to wrapping this thing up, minus whatever we decide on the doors. But I'm going to call it a day today. We're going to go grab some dinner, and then I'll get back out here tomorrow. We'll get this thing completely painted, completely bedlined, and ready to be reassembled all the way. And then that way it can go home. So we'll see you guys back in the morning. A little bit of change to my plan of attack. So I had planned on going ahead and spraying bedliner, but I started thinking about it, and the fact that I have to bedline the back of the tailgate after it gets resprayed kind of told me that it makes more sense to go ahead and respray all the parts that I have to spray, as well as spray the silver ones before I do bedliner, because once I mix up bedliner, there is no going back. And I really don't want to waste a whole bottle of bedliner because I have to mix up more just to do the tailgate. So I'm in the paint booth, obviously, and I'm just going to go ahead and spray all these parts here. My game plan right now, I obviously have my green parts covered up, so they're in the booth, ready to go. I've got all my silver parts here that are about to get sealer, so we're going to spray sealer on those, and we're going to uncover these, dust what we have to dust on the hood and the tailgate, and then we'll come back in, we'll cover these back up, spray the silver on the silver parts, and then we'll clear coat everything. So that should work out really, really nicely. With that being said, I got sealer mixed up and ready to go, so we're going to go ahead and get this stuff sprayed. Hopefully everything turns out well. It's getting late in the evening. We're pushing it, but we're going to get this took care of. It is another beautiful sunny Florida day. We're back in the paint booth today working on the C10, trying to get this thing completely wrapped up. And today is color match bedliner day. And why am I so happy and upbeat about that? Because as soon as I get this bedliner sprayed and it dries, I can start putting this thing completely back together and it can finally go home. So pretty excited to be to this point, but you guys can see I've already got out here, went ahead and covered everything up. This stuff does not produce a lot of overspray, so I'm really not worried about covering the truck up all completely, but I did go ahead and tape up all the way around the tailgate because I'm going to be spraying edges and stuff, and I just don't want it to end up on the face of the tailgate. But we're spraying the Raptor liner kit that comes with a gun and all of that stuff from U-Pole, and we're actually just going to mix in some base coat. That's all you do to make it the same color. So we're going to mix all that in. We're going to shoot this. It's going to come out looking really, really good. Our square body turned out awesome. We sprayed the bottom of that. We sprayed the floor of that. We sprayed the bed liner and all that. So I really, really do dig this Raptor kit. So we're gonna go ahead and get it mixed up, get this sprayed, so we can hopefully tomorrow this thing's ready to go back to the house. Guys, well, a couple hours later, we have a color matched bed liner, and let me tell you guys, it matches up pretty well. It's not 100% dead on, but it's pretty dang close. I mean, you really really and truly looking at it, you can't tell too much of a difference. Obviously, you're gonna see a little bit of a difference because of the sheen difference, considering that's textured. The rest of the truck's not. The truck's gloss, the bed liner's not. But this looks really, really good, and I think that this was a good call on the part of the customer by deciding to go with the color matched bed liner as opposed to the black bed liner. I may have made that suggestion, and he may have liked the sound of it, but we'll give him credit. So, looks really good. Tailgate turned out great. Everything is good and covered. So with that being said, now we can let this thing sit for a few hours, and then we can go ahead and get it back in the shop and go ahead and get the grill and all the lights and everything thrown back in this truck. So that way it's pretty much completely wrapped up and ready to go home. But there is one other thing that we're going to be doing. So after talking to the customer, he has decided to go with brand new doors. So we're not going to completely assemble these doors, but we are going to completely assemble the truck. And then once we get those new doors, then we're going to hang those, test fit them, and then we're going to paint them off the truck, and then we'll just swap everything after that. So we're going to completely wrap up the truck in this video minus those brand new doors, but I'm not going to show that on camera because it's just something that's going to be already done here, but then we're going to paint those doors and just swap them out. So it's not going to look any different. You guys are still going to get to see the finished product. So I'm excited to see how this thing looks completely assembled with the silver grill, the toolbox, and all that. I know the bed liner absolutely looks killer on this thing. So we're going to wait a couple hours. We're going to go grab some lunch. We'll get back. We'll get this thing in the shop, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start putting all of those other parts on and getting that completely situated. This sucker's coming together real nice. I think the customer's going to be happy at the end of the day. All right, guys, well, the C10 is officially put back together. Aside from completely putting together that passenger door, which obviously I'm not going to do because we're replacing those doors, and it would honestly be just a waste of time. But we got this thing completely put back together for you know what we're doing anyway. We've got the color match toolbox on this thing completely reassembled, which looks absolutely insane. And with the color match bed liner and that color match toolbox, everything looks really, really good. This is a killer color combo with the peacock green and then the coarse silver metallic. So all of that is looking really good. The paint laid out absolutely amazing, and with everything put together, it just really ties this truck together. The customer actually came by today. He was going to go ahead and come by and pay me for what we finished up here because we finished up what we agreed on. We're treating the other doors as a completely different transaction, but he came by, he saw this thing, he's like, dude, this thing looks absolutely phenomenal. He's like, the doors are actually not as bad as I thought they were in the pictures that you sent. He said in the picture that I sent, and I'll put that picture right here, but he said it looked like you could fit your whole hand in that gap. So he was just imagining it being a lot worse than it actually was, but it's not as bad as we thought initially. And so he's really, really, really happy with the finished product and how this thing's looking, and he'll be even more happy once we get those other doors finished up and put on the truck. But I have to say, with what we started with to what we have now, it's a night and day difference, and I am absolutely stoked at this transformation. But guys, as always, I appreciate you tuning in and watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you check out that one right there because YouTube thinks it'll be the best thing for you to watch next, and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss anything coming up on the channel. We appreciate you, and we'll catch you on the next one. Deuces.